Mark 2:27. The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. The Sabbath is God's gift designed to preserve man's wholeness, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. The Sabbath is not just a day, it is a person. And the next verse reveals that the Son of Man is the Lord of the Sabbath. True rest is found in Christ, and when you live in Him, you live in continual Sabbath. When you rest, you declare that God is your source, acknowledging that He can do more in your stillness than you can in your striving. When Jesus said the Sabbath was made for man, He was realigning humanity with heaven's rhythm, restoring the balance for what sin, religion, and self-effort had distorted. He brought us back to the original order of living under grace. From the beginning, man was designed to live in divine flow, never created to be a slave to systems. The Sabbath was a liberation, reminding us that we were created for relationship, not routine. When grace entered, God reintroduced us to His rhythm, a life powered by peace, not pressure. Most people work tirelessly, hoping to find rest afterward, but in the kingdom, rest comes first. Adam's first full day on earth was a Sabbath. He began his existence resting in God's finished work before he ever lifted a finger. That is heaven's pattern. You don't rest because you've worked, you work because you've rested. You labor from fullness, not fatigue. For true productivity flows from spiritual stillness, and it is only when you rest in God that your spirit becomes anchored, your action becomes effective, and anxiety gives way to grace. You begin to serve from overflow, the expression of divine fullness, not from depletion. For grace never calls you to pour from emptiness. You are called to dwell in Christ. For the more you dwell in Christ, the more you overflow. The Sabbath was never meant to trap man, but to sustain man. And God calls us to live as sons, not slaves, to stop trying to earn what has already been given and start expressing what's already within. God already finished the work. He invites you to rest, and in your rest, His work is made manifest. Therefore, beloved, rest in your God-given identity, rest in God's promises, rest in His timing, and rest in His power. For in Christ, rest is not the absence of work, but the presence of divine order and grace. So today we declare that I rest in the finished work of Christ. I no longer strive for what grace has already secured. I live in continuous Sabbath. My spirit abides in divine peace and heavenly realm rhythm. God is my source. I trust His timing, provision, and process in every season. I walk from rest, not rest from work. My productivity flow from divine stillness, not human pressure. I serve from overflow, not depletion. My life and ministry pour from fullness in His presence. Anxiety and striving lose their power over me. I am led by grace, not driven by fear. In my stillness, His strength is made perfect.